Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Spider-Man Miles Morales on Kwings Let's Plays. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more Spider-Man arrives. And special shout-outs to all our members, including our ultimates. If you guys want to hop aboard the membership train, all you got to do is click right here. Select the tier that works best for you. All right, it's time to swing back into action with more Spider-Man in New York City as Miles Morales.
Oh, yeah!
What is happening, spectacular Spider friends? Welcome back to Spider-Man Miles Morales on the Kwings channel, and today we are looking at the cat suit because, I mean, come on, just look at the kitty. Kitty's adorable. So, Spider-Man Miles Morales stuff is going to be winding down a little bit, just because there are a lot of new games coming out. We're still doing Hyrule Warriors, and we have two new series that are going to be going on. I believe it's called Immortals Phoenix by our friends over at Ubisoft, which comes out on December 3rd. Although we have early access, so we can do some fun stuff with the game. But we have to wait until, of course, release to release the walkthrough, you know what I'm saying? And also we have a brand spanking new Let's Play that debuted on Thanksgiving called Rice and Ruin, which is actually a really interesting game on Nintendo Switch. So check it out if you haven't already. Episodes will release at 3 o'clock going forward, with Miles Morales episodes usually being around noon. I didn't really get a chance to edit some of the other videos that we did, and we had some mic issues with some of our Spider-Man content, so that's going to have to either be redone or just, I don't know. They were all done on the PS4, and this is, of course, the PS5. You can see the clear difference with the snow, the way the city looks, and things like that. And this is incredible. This is not our first PS5 video, though, but it's still pretty awesome to be able to play the PS5 version of this game on the channel. And a lot of people have been asking me, hey, what is your favorite suit in this game? My favorite suit in this game is probably the Prowler suit, and then a close second is definitely the cat suit. I love cats so much. I've had cats my whole life. Amber was kind of a dog person until I converted her with, of course, you know, our first cat together. But the cat is just super cute. I like that it's called Spider-Man. One of the things I love about Spider-Man, the cat, is it loves to stick its little paws out of the book bag and do like this kind of reaching animation. I think it's adorable. Also, when the cat gets bored, you can see it's kind of licking itself. It's just, I don't know. You can't have a bad day playing Spider-Man Miles Morales and equipping the cat suit. It's just, I don't know. It's the icing on an already delicious cake, I have to say. I mean, I wish there was more skins, you know, but sometimes that just isn't a possibility. And we can still see that the character gets stuck climbing walls still, so Insomniac has some ish that they need to, you know, get out of this game. The floating head thing is annoying, and getting stuck in trees, and some of the glitches that we encountered, such as characters speaking over other characters in cutscenes, kind of like that G.I. Joe game from earlier this year. Yeah. So they definitely have to iron out some stuff, but yeah, I love the cat suit. I really enjoy it. If you're wondering where Amber is, it has to do with exhaustion from Thanksgiving, and because I'm a crazy machine, I can just keep going, because, you know, I'm not human. You can call me vampire, cyborg, whatever. I get a lot of joy recording YouTube videos, and I can go long period of time. There's no lore associated with this suit at all. This suit can be unlocked at the very end of the game, so you have to finish the campaign and make sure you do the cat's pajama quest, and then, of course, you get the access to the Spider-Man cat suit, and it's super adorbs. What's really interesting about the cat suit itself is what we found out when we were playing it is little Spider-Man in the background. For certain animations for beating up bad guys, he will fight back, which is pretty cool.
I'm still getting used to that. Reminds me of when I used to call your dad at work. Sometimes I'd catch him on patrol, or he'd have to shout over sirens.
Do you ever call when he was making a bust?
One time, he was taking in a felon who'd skipped bail. The guy wriggled out of his cuffs and his pants to make a break for it. Your dad had to chase him down Fifth. I was on the phone for the whole thing.
No way, you serious?
Serious. Best part? People took pictures, and it made the Bugle. Your dad was not happy. Made him the butt of a lot of jokes at the station.
But, nice one, Ma.
I did not mean to do that.
Either way, awesome story. So what's up? Did you need something?
No, I just wanted to hear your voice and make sure you're okay. I'll let you go. Bye, honey.
Love you. Bye.
Aw. The mom and son feels is just fantastic. So, of course, we completed that stuff in our series. This has been 100%ed, so it's all done. Everything was completed. But, I kind of lose my train of thought sometimes when we're interrupted by, characters, like with my train of thought. It's an ADD thing. It happens. That's why in Arkham and Spider-Man lore, I always make sure that I mute the characters' voices. But I know that the PS5 build didn't finish all its interruptions, like from Peter and the mother and some other stuff. So we'll let that stuff play out. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Anyway, so what I was saying before, when you're fighting, and the cat itself will actually help Miles, which I think is just so cool. Really enjoy that.
What's up, little man?
The cat doesn't dance, though. That's the only downside when he interacts with people. And the NPCs don't notice the cat either. They just are psyched to see Spider-Man. It would have been nice if, you know, they would try to pet the cat or something like that. That'd be kind of cool, but it's still, you know, right up there. About my Spider-Man Miles Morales top 5 best suits and top 5 worst suits, or top 5 worst suits, those will probably be hitting around December. So there'll be some type of Spider-Man content going on this channel for a while if you guys are subscribed for only Spider-Man stuff. We've got some suit lore coming up again for the end of Miles Morales Spider-Man. The Crimson Cowl, believe it or not, has some lore to it. The Great Responsibility suit has some lore to it. And of course the classic suit, which I don't know if I'm going to go full-blown Ultimate Spider or not. Might give people like a quick refresher because I am not a professor of Spider-Man knowledge. My stuff is very heavily dated, and it has a cutoff point with Spider-Man One More Day, which not going to get into, but let's just say when Peter and MJ get married again and they can have a family, then maybe I'll go back and read some Spider-Man books. Although Marvel's kind of in trouble right now. They are a sinking ship like DC is with their comic book division. DC, as a lot of people know, have kind of gutted their department, and since Disney lost $7 billion this year, they are going to be thinning the herd, so to speak, with a lot of the crazies that work at Marvel. Just like they, you know, Warner Media yeeted a bunch of crazy SJWs. Marvel is also going to go through a purging, as well as they're closing, I believe, when I last heard from Bleeding Cool, it looked like 20 books, including some Spider-Man things, are being canceled. Like Daily Bugle Spider-Man, which is kind of unheard of for, you know, when a company is gutting stuff. They don't tend to go with one of their biggest sellers, but the Spider-Man books are going to get hit a little bit. And then I guess as long as there's not another global shutdown, which, spoilers, probably going to be, the comic book division should survive, because how Marvel has been going under the radar, as some comic industry people have let me know, is they more or less are providing story fodder for the MCU, the movie universe, and the TVs and stuff like that. But they could always go with the same idea that DC is having happen to them, such as, you know, archived stuff as well as new graphic novels based on the licensed properties. So some people, executives at Disney and Warner, are kind of arguing that comic books are kind of like a fossil industry that doesn't really work anymore. But they love the graphic novel stuff, like, you know, what Frank Miller and company did in the 80s with launching the graphic novels, which are still successful to this day, by the way. Essentially, that's kind of like what manga is, too. It's like graphic novel stuff. Oh, there's Pete.
Now that my mom knows about, you know, how much do you think I should tell her?
Like, should you tell her about every cracked rib and supervillain with a vendetta?
That is tough. I never had to face that question with May.
I worry if I'm too open, she'll stress out. But if I hold back, she'll stress even more.
I don't know, your mom's pretty good with stress. I mean, she did go toe-to-toe with Roxanne. Talk it out. Find out how much she wants to know, and how much you're comfortable sharing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good advice. Every time I think I know everything about superheroing, bam, something new.
Just wait till you gotta figure out health insurance.
Sorry, the cat.
Let me tell you, premiums get nuts after 3 freak accident detached retinas.
Something to look forward to. All right. Thanks, Pete. Take it easy.
All right, that was the last Peter Parker call. So that's complete now. All that's left is just to beat some bad guys up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know the state of you know, what the comic book industry is, but I think people need to realize that the idea that they provide stories to the MCU makes them invincible. Nobody's invincible with DC or Marvel, and comic books are not selling anymore. And a lot of that has to do with kind of this activist culture thing, which I've never really wanted to get into. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time into it, but that is the reason for all comic books declining. It's been proven. You know, the cancel culture and people attacking people on Twitter, especially, quote, comic book pros, alienating fan bases and people just kind of voting their pocketbook and saying, you know, no to this. It definitely is hurting a company that has massive pockets like Disney, and Disney is finally kind of like, whoa, wait a second, where are we bleeding the most right now? Okay, here, well, let's see what we can do to fix this, because at the end of the day, Disney's only going to be a champion for certain things. If it costs them money, they don't care, usually, because they would have like the parks and they would have other things to kind of like make up for that lost revenue. But right now, they don't have that means of lost revenue. There was really no movies this year. Mulan bombed. Black Widow was delayed again, which cost Disney even more money. So, I mean, Marvel Comics, the fact that they are losing so much money is now on Disney's radar. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of happy about that, because I feel that comic books needs a purging. I'm curious about the future, personally. And I hope that Marvel Comics recovers from this and that they get better. And by better, I mean that they treat their fans better, and that, you know, this type of culture that's been created of hurting one another will go away, because it's uncalled for. Because at the end of the day, people who are real comic book fans are the ones who aren't going around attacking people all the time. And the fake ones don't even buy comics, so they just stand on their little soapboxes on Twitter and they alienate people and attack people. Without this getting into rant territory, I want things to get better, and the only way to get better is to yeet a lot of the bad eggs, so to speak. But anyway, one thing that I've always wanted to have happen in this game that really didn't is, you see the little cat in the backpack? Besides it being adorable. I wish there was an option where you could go and change the type of cat that was sitting in your book bag, and, you know, make it based on the cat that you would like. You know, whether it be a Russian blue or a long hair or something like that. I think it'd be kind of fun, because, I mean, orange tabby's adorable, don't get me wrong. But if you could customize the cat the way you could customize, say, Spider-Man, I think it'd be pretty cool. And who knows, maybe Spider-Man the cat will lead to a whole Spider-Verse of, you know, Spider-Cat. Who knows, right? I mean, you can dream, right? I can, at least. Anyway. Wait, there's another Peter one?
Hey, do you have a basin wrench?
Maybe in my dad's stuff. I can check.
Yeah, would you? May wouldn't be happy, but I'm gonna replace the lime green guest bathroom sink. 76 was a beautiful year, but it's time to move on.
You need any help? I'm happy to swing out to Queens.
Nah, this is therapeutic. I'm doing full-scale bathroom renovation.
Now that sounds incredibly boring.
Just wait. Once you're an old, grizzled Spider-Man like me, you'll get hyped about home.
24.
Anyway, covering Manhattan while I'm in DIY mode.
Hey, it's my pleasure. What's the point of having two Spider-Men if they don't coordinate work schedules?
I heard that. All right, I should get back to it. Find that wrench, let me know.
Can do. Later, Pete.
Actually, I don't know how many conversations Pete and Miles really have. I've never really seen. I think that's the last one when he's in do-it-yourself mode. But I'm not 100% sure. And I don't think there's going to be DLC with this. I've had people ask me, like, do you think there's going to be DLC in the Spider-Man game? No, probably not, because the entire story takes you about 5 hours. Something like that. And, supposedly this game was originally thought as DLC. Don't steal from the homeless, that's wrong. They called friends? I don't see any friends. Would I love there to be DLC for this? Yeah, because I think this game is fantastic. It's one of the best PS5 launch games, and it's one of the best last real PS4 games. I don't know how much we're going to see of PS5, PS4 conversion stuff, you know, the next 6 months or so. I could be wrong. I think it's kind of cool, but at the same time, I don't know. Not really used to that. Although, if I remember correctly, I believe the PS3 did have some free upgrades that it did for 2013 games when the PS4 released. Such as you could get Injustice, the first one, the PS4 upgrade, which, I don't know, it wasn't really that major of an upgrade. And you even didn't get all the skins that they promised you. Oh, the cat's not doing a lot of attacks anymore. Oh well. It does happen. You just, you know, I guess it depends on the, whoops, the type of attack that the cat's gonna do. Yoink. Woo! Boom. Excuse me. Spider cat. Spider cat. Come on! Yay! There it is. So there was a glitch when the thing first came out that if you would use the Spider Cat ability, which I believe we accidentally showed it in the PS4 build, but if you had Spider Cat attack people, the cat would actually disappear from your backpack completely, and you would either have to reload the checkpoint or switch to the classic suit, which I believe he's wearing the classic suit right now. And then it would kind of like work itself out and you could get the cat to come back. But, yeah, it's just one of the many glitches that were in this game, but they just patched it yesterday, I believe, or patched some aspect of the game. Although I think you can still do the Spooderman glitch, which allows you to play as Peter Parker. It's kind of wild.
Keep your guard up. Don't know how that new Spider-Man.
No, I'm good. I don't need to keep my guard up. Which, I mean, I could try to do it, but I don't know if it'll work or not. Also, I don't know how to get back to being Miles. I don't want to play the whole game as Peter Parker. This is Miles' game. So it would make sense for Miles to be the main person. Peter's got his Spider-Man remastered thing, you know? I do wish there was more snow. Though, I love snow. It's very therapeutic. It's fun. But yeah, lots of cool stuff happening in December. Look for Immortals Phoenix. And be on the lookout for more of our Rice and Ruin series, which is a blast. It's kind of Harvest Moon-y, but really fun.
Today. That sounds like an after-school special, but I'm gonna soldier on. Okay, here it is. You listen to this podcast because I'm running it. You're not looking for someone more buttoned up, professional, older, with like 18 million credentials. You want to hear from and talk to me about what's happening in our city. So I won't be changing how I do things. No trying to class up the pod, no ads, no blazers. It's just me and you. And you know what? I think that's perfect. Thanks, friends. And until next time, don't become someone's reply guy on social media, okay? It's super annoying. Goodbye.
The reason why I don't do a lot of stuff during podcasts is it kind of interrupts the podcast whenever Spidey goes into action. It's not a glitch or anything like that. It's just how they do things. Wait, I've never seen them go down the alley like that. That's cool. Whoops, 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 whoops. I messed that up, and now I'm gonna clean it up. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Wait, he's just literally going around in a circle. That's annoying. Don't do that. Seriously gonna endanger people there, pal. Come on. Don't be like that. Oops, I totally botched that. The earmuffs are a nice touch at winter time. I also don't know if I'm actually gonna play Spider-Man Remastered or not. Kitty! Kitty looks so happy! Because I'm worried about the bricking of my PS5.
How bad do you guys want this car?
You're not walking away from this.
No, you're right. I don't need to walk away, though. I could just punch you. And you. Oh, he's down for the count. Okay. Seriously? No, don't get hit. Did I get hit?
Nails the finish.
Oh my gosh!
Spider-Man does it again.
Stop the car without taking damage. I finally did it. Awesome. Wow, that's cool. Oh my goodness. So yeah, where was I going with this? Lots of amazing fun stuff happening. I also completely forgot that the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid series is coming back. Totally skipped my mind until I got a reminder from the Power Ranger people that Scorpina is still coming out in like a week. So not only do we still have episodes of Hyrule Warriors that's going to last until like episode 18 or 20, but you've got Power Rangers coming out on December 3rd, I think. You've got our new Immortals series, which if people are wondering, what the heck is Immortals? Immortals is basically like a Greek god's Breath of the Wild. Kind of. It's a cel-shaded game. It feels like it has elements of Kid Icarus and some other stuff. And then you have the Rice and Ruin series, which is going to go on for quite a while. That's a lot of fun. What I was telling you guys before I got rudely interrupted by the podcast, which is super annoying, by the way. I hate being interrupted. It's like a huge pet peeve of mine. It sets me off a little bit. But anyway, that game is about a spoiled goddess who has never done anything remotely interesting with her life. She's just kind of lived off mommy and daddy's money, and she's been living in a lap of luxury as a very lazy god. And then a bunch of humans, or children of men, end up crossing this weird bridge that in Japanese folklore, it's a bridge that separates the lofty realm and the lowly realm, which the lofty realm is the realm of the gods, and the lowly realm is, you guessed it, where humans live. So this bridge is, in Japanese mythology, known to appear like on very top mountains or during certain events or certain calamities on the earth as well. For the people who happen to be on the bridge that run into the goddess, they are fleeing from a type of either persecution or like violence. And, you know, they just happen to stumble on this bridge, which probably looked like a very normal bridge to them. There was a snowstorm and they got on it and stuff like that. But anyway, once the game kicks up and you're in the Isle of the Demons or whatever, you're given a task of basically destroying all the evil in this island and to kind of give it back to the lofty realm. And you have the humans help you, like, make rice and stuff. So it's got elements of more so the Rune Factory games than it does Harvest Moon, because what you're doing in it is you go to these different caves and stuff and you fight monsters, and then you collect materials from the monsters, and then you go back and you farm. And by farm, I mean you, like, do rice. There's also some building of important things, like a forge and bakery and all kinds of fun little stuff. So that's why I say it's more like Rune Factory than anything else. And it's actually, it has a fantastic story, so it's pretty engaging. I would say more than half the game is voice acted, and the other half is Amber acted. I think she does a great job playing the spoiled goddess. She really gets into it, and it kind of reminds me of her voiceover performance of, I would say, playing Maya in the Ace Attorney series. And if that Capcom leak is to be believed, then we're going to be doing more of the awesome stuff from Phoenix Wright in 2021. So that's going to be fun when everybody's all locked up again. So you guys can look forward to some awesome Phoenix Wright stuff. If you enjoyed our Phoenix Wright stuff. If you didn't, I mean, content is content, so wouldn't worry about it too much. So we're going to go fight a few more bad guys and then call it a day. And your next video will be, I believe, Rice and Ruin, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's a live stream preview, unless Ubisoft yeets it, on Immortals Phoenix tonight. So check that out. I plan on having more Spider-Man content up for you guys tomorrow, back at its noon time slot, and it will be Spider Lore on the end suit for Miles Morales. But yeah, there's just, I don't know, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. I can't just shy away not talking about the state of the comic book industry when there may actually not be a comic book industry. I believe silence is a very bad thing, and also it's, you know, kind of bullying where people are, they don't let you explain what's going on with logic and reason. They just want to call you basically words and try to bully you into silence, like they do on social media. So just wanted to let people know what's going on and things with that. But you never know. I mean, I doubt I'm wrong, but it's it took a long time for this stuff to happen. All right, we are almost there. Finally. Then of course I probably have Spider-Man related stuff to do in Fortnite as well, and I need to get that Wolverine skin. I don't know how I'm gonna do that though. I'm gonna try. Oh, is that annoying helicopter? Yeah, no, not doing that. I don't like the helicopter mission. It's too long and just way too annoying. I don't like that. It's not my thing. I prefer things where I can just randomly go and beat people up. I think the cars is one of my favorite parts. Personally, when somebody like jacks a car and you what's the word I'm looking for? You like save the car. I also like, I feel like this Spider-Man game, even though he had the spider app thing, it really feels like Peter Parker Spider-Man dealt with more like acts of God type stuff, like fires and helping people from car accidents and things like that. Miles helps with a hostage situation, but I don't really see him outside of his actual side quest doing spidery helper things. Whereas, you know, Peter did a bunch of that. So in the next Miles game, I would like to see if people ended up getting in a car accident in Harlem or Brooklyn or something, Miles swing by and save the people and stuff like that. Because for superhero games, it's important for superheroes to save people. And yeah, I would just like to see that more. But it doesn't look like there's anything other than the helicopter, so I think we're gonna say adios. Yeah, this is good. So anyway, people, this is me solo. Very different when AMS isn't around, but you know, gotta do what I can do to keep that Spidey content going. Be on the lookout for that top 5 video coming out relatively soon, just putting the finishing touches on it. You'd be surprised some of the suits that made it, and ones that made it in the top worst suits. That's fun. And also the Spider Lore is going to be wicked fun, so look forward to that very, very soon. See you guys on Rice and Ruin later today on Kwings Let's Plays, and hope to see you guys tonight on the live stream preview. Oh, and before I forget, there is Ultimate streams happening as well. So anyway, till we meet again, God bless and happy gaming. Thanks so much for watching, Spider Friends, and see you soon.